Maddie, and welcome back to my channel, or thanks for joining us if we're new here. Today I'm working on my bullet journal layout for April, and my theme for this month is going to be WALL-E. So for those of you who haven't been following, I've been doing a Disney-themed bullet journal focusing on a different movie every month, and I thought WALL-E would be really fitting this month since it's Earth Month and Earth Day is happening, even though we should be doing it every day to try and prevent climate change. But yes, so I'm starting with my weekly layouts here. I'm using these little green circles and then doing almost like a digital clock style writing for the numbers and the days of the week. And that's just kind of supposed to match the little green orb that has the little flower symbol in it that pops up on Eve's chest in the film. So I'm doing this on the left-hand side of each page. And as always, that's kind of where I include things that have to happen on that day. So that's things like appointments, meetings, when I'm working, things like that. And then I am leaving the right side of my page for my to-do list. And I just keep a rolling to-do list that lasts through the entire week. I find that's just easier for me, especially in the world of online schooling, so I don't have to worry about, oh, am I supposed to be doing this specific thing on a specific day? As long as it's all done by the end of the week, that's what matters. So now here I am working on my title page. I'm really obsessed with these kind of minimalist movie posters that people have put together, where they just kind of really simplify what is happening, and there's just kind of blocks of color used to create a sense of depth. And that's something that I wanted to capture here, so I decided I would start with this kind of big sunset in the background, and then I would fill in blocks of color that would kind of represent the different piles of garbage that are on Earth below that. Yep, so now I'm just going back and adding in those blocks of color. Mostly I just worked with different shades of brown. I think I should have done a little bit more planning for this just to make sure that I had the darker tones in the back and the lighter tones in the front in order to create a better sense of depth. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I also probably should have not only put a piece of paper underneath, but a piece of paper beside, because if you look kind of where the spine is, I bled over a little bit with my painting, but that's nothing that a white marker can't cover up. So this is all dry now. Eventually I'm going to go back and add in a little WALL-E and the title for April. But in the meantime, I'm going to put together my to-do lists. So I kind of wanted to get these like tire tracks, because that's kind of one of the ways that they track WALL-E on the spaceship is by following the dirt that he makes. But because I was at school, I don't have access to like as much random stuff as I have lying around my house at home. So this is the top of a water bottle that I own that has these crevices in it, and I just painted it with brown paint and rolled it on the paper, and it actually kind of gave me the effect that I want. So, sometimes you just gotta get creative and make use of what you have, and then I just washed all the paint off at the end. So now this is the quote page that I'm doing for this month, and the quote that I've picked is, I don't want to survive, I want to live. And this is, I believe it's said by the pilot to like the evil autopilot. That might be way too much spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. I'm sorry. But I wanted to focus on the boot that Wally keeps this little plant in because that's very much a symbol of hope. And also, this quote is just really something that sticks with me, the fact that, sometimes you're just existing from day to day. And I think in the pandemic, it can get very easy to get caught up in that feeling of like, I'm just doing the same thing day in and day out, and thinking about all the ways that we miss living, whether that's being able to go out to restaurants or concerts and movies, and just kind of focus on grounding myself in the things that I'm able to control. And, by making content, by doing all this creative stuff, to me, that's my way of being able to live and not just survive during the pandemic. So once I got the acrylic painting done, I just went back, and this is actually the font that's used for the title of the film that I'm going over with just some Crayola markers in order to do the text in. And this is the same text that I did the title of the month in on the other page. You can kind of see it here. I realized I didn't record myself doing that and adding the little Wally silhouette, but you'll be able to see it a little bit more clearly in my flip through. The only problem that I had here is the word survive doesn't really split up fairly well to go on the page, and these letters are fairly wide, so I just kind of had them almost disappear behind the boot in some way, which I think works in making it look like one cohesive word instead of having it look like two different words that you can't read properly. I probably could have done a little bit more outlining before this, but overall I'm pretty happy with how this quote page turned out. And that's it. Here's my layout. So this is my quote page, just erasing some stuff. I have to say, every month I do a bullet journal. I think it's my favorite, and then I end up doing something I like even more the next month. And that's one of the things that I love about bullet journaling, is it makes planning so much more fun and involved when I'm able to put my own personal touch and spin and really take something that I love and transfer it into a piece of art. So this is the quote page. This is my title here with the little Wally silhouette. And then here are my to-dos. Again, I don't know if I recorded myself doing that text at the top, but that's the same font as the font that's used throughout the movie. So very simple, pretty small for this month, but again, I'm really happy with it, really happy with how it turned out. If you have any suggestions for what I should do next month, let me know. Otherwise, my art Instagram and Goodreads is linked down below, and I should have some more bookish content coming your guys' way if that's what you're here for as well. Please feel free to leave comments, like, subscribe if you want to come on this journey with me, and thanks so much for being a part of it. I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.